Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soulpreneur Network. I have something exciting to chat with you about. So first of all, we're recording this a day after International Women's Day. This topic is going to be great for all women, but soulpreneurs, we're talking to you today. So I have my good friend, Alex here. Alex, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So Alex and I are joining forces to talk to the established soulpreneur. So her and I both support established soulpreneurs in growing and scaling their businesses. And we also support the wholepreneur, mind, body, and soul. And we have something special to share with you. So first off, Alex, please introduce yourself and share with us your superpower, who you serve, because that's going to kick off our conversation.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you, Kelly. I'm super excited to be here. Just have this juicy conversation with you. So like Kelly said, I serve kind of the established entrepreneur, soulpreneur who is really ready to take it to the next level. She's ready to come out from behind her business and be the face of her business. So I serve her by helping her to energetically elevate her style, her self-image, so that she can feel really confident and grounded in who she is to increase her visibility. Go after those opportunities, those speaking gigs, those, being guests on podcasts or whatever it is, or just clicking live on Instagram or just anything to really empower her to become that thought leader that she is.
And I'm excited.
Yes. It's so fun. Such a fun way. I know it's a different way to kind of serve women in doing this, but it's something that I'm really passionate about. My background, as Kelly, I've been an editorial wardrobe stylist for like 15 years. I don't know, half of my life, something like that. I don't know. Forever it feels. I've been in that industry, and to serve women in this way is so powerful and is just kind of spreading the magic of what we can do when we put on our power.
Yes. So let me introduce myself. I always forget that as well. So welcome again, everyone. I'm Kelly Geisler-Wilson. I'm a business coach for soulpreneurs. And so as Alex just said, I have the business, the tech side, I help you strategize, and I help you really own who you are as well. So I help you scale businesses, leverage strategies, leverage your technology, and really leverage and hone in on your mindset so you can become that empowered and sovereign CEO. Alex and I are up to something special, but you'll have to join another video. Watch that. Stay tuned. It has to do with the sovereign woman. So I'm just going to put a little tickler out.
Yep.
So, Alex, let's just hop into the conversation here and talk about that woman for a second. In the before, the struggling avatar, if you will, of this woman. And who we're talking to when we say established soulpreneurs are, you've gotten past your first year. Your business has grown legs. You are starting to say okay, I'm an established business owner. I'm making sales. I know what I'm doing. So I'm going from my rookie mindset to, okay, I can claim the CEO role, or I can claim the next level owner role, business owner role. I like the word thought leader. And there's a lot of shifts the opportunities to shift when you're in that sweet spot. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk specifically about that powerful woman and how we can awaken her. So anything you want to add though about that woman right before her transformation? Let's talk about her for just a second. Give her credit here.
Yes, absolutely. Because I've been that woman.
Yeah, I've been that woman.
I know you've been that woman. I also, one thing about that is I also expect to be her again, but in a different stage, because each stage we go through, we're growing, and it's that kind of where you're at that edge of okay, I've sort of outgrown this, sphere that I'm in. I'm ready to kind of start cracking at the edges and break through again. But I've been her. And for me, which I'm sure a lot of other women can resonate with, she's a little bit nervous to step out as the face of her business. she knows her clients, she knows what they need, she knows what they want, but she still struggles with, am I the person to help them? Am I the person to, really get them from A to B, knowing full well that she can because she's done it. But it's, well, what if I start to outwardly say that? What if I start to, really come out as that person? Are other people going to tell me otherwise? It's that imposter syndrome that seeps in that can be really brutal to kind of remind yourself of, wait a minute, I'm already doing it. I have these incredible gifts. I've already helped women with these transformations. I'm doing this work, but it's always that little, that little, voice in the back of our head that's like, yeah, but are other people like going to think that? Or, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And I feel like she also is possibly in a little bit of a different mindset as far as, like you said, Kelly, she's kind of behind her business. She's been working in her business and she's working on getting to that mindset of, I am the CEO. Like I am this woman who is, in front of my business. And so getting there's like that little bit of a resistance to that can come up.
Yeah. Oh, I love this already. So, and I love that we're giving her space to be recognized in that moment, because really it's part of your growth journey as the soulpreneur, right? And I've been playing with this, like it's the freshman year, then the sophomore year, then the junior year, and the senior year.
Seriously though, like it totally is like where, I love that. Like you're going into high school as a freshman, you're new, you're
awkward.
You're awkward. You have no idea what's going on. Like you don't know the hallways. You don't know how things work. Like you're just like, here I am. I'm gonna try it out. And then sophomore year comes, you're like, okay, I know the halls. I know where things are. I feel good. I'm figuring it out. And then, junior year comes, you're a little bit more like, and people know me. I own this a little bit more. Senior year, you're like, I am the top dog over here. I know what's going on. Like I've been here for 4 years. I know the ropes. I know what's happening. And that's definitely kind of what you and I help that. Like pull her into that of like, you're here.
I just want to highlight, in sophomore year, most people learn to drive. And that metaphor is perfect. Wow. Most people, like when you were mentioning, the freshman year, I like to think of her as she threw everything on the wall to see what sticks. Like she had didn't know how to walk to her class, didn't know how to connect with people, didn't know how to, show up, and was just feeling awkward and maybe dressing like everyone else because she just wanted to fit in. Wow. And at some point, I'm just going to present this. At some point, she's like, you know what? I'm me. I have something special to give and to offer. And I'm going to bring that to the surface, because we all know as soulpreneurs, our business is a representation of us inside and out, right? Absolutely. And so part of that alignment is being conscious of, how am I going to dress my business? How am I going to show up even when I don't have everything figured out? Because I'm still allowed to be a sophomore and a junior.
Yes. I'm like, I love that you mentioned that. Like I can still show up even if I don't have everything figured out, because just to like put this one note in for everyone listening, I guarantee you the top CEOs, the top thought leader, like everyone, they're still showing up. There are things that they still don't have figured out. Like it just is, it's what it is. It's life. You're never going to have everything figured out. And that's part of the process and the journey. But
yeah. So we're going to give you a solution. If you are that woman and that soulpreneur, and you are resonating with, and you're like, man, I do feel like that freshman, or I'm feeling like that sophomore, and I want to up level today my business. Alex is about to share her magic with us. So Alex, kick it off.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. So one way that, just kind of take like one little quick step back for a little bit of background for you guys. So I kind of talked about, yes, like I have been in the fashion industry for 12, 15 years. Don't even know, guys, I should figure that out, but I've been submersed in it, and I have learned so many incredible things, ways to really empower myself, empower others, to give them confidence and step out as who they are. I've also learned a lot of this, same ways to kind of step out just from my own life journey. When I was very young, you might not believe it now because I usually can't shut up, but when I was really young, I was so painfully shy. Like so painfully shy to the point where kids would talk to me and I would clam up. My entire body would feel like it was on fire. My voice would just constrict to the point where like not even like a squeak could come out. I would just like that was my face. And I would use my best friends to like whisper in their ear, and they would be my voice for me. And it was hard. Kids are rude. Kids are bullies. I became known as the mute girl. And the thing is, through that, I turned to style. I turned to fashion. I've always been really intrigued with, like clothes and like, ooh, like this is fun, and the textures and the colors. But it was also a way for me to express myself non-verbally when I didn't have a voice. Like I couldn't physically use my voice to say my opinions, let people know what I was about. And a lot of the time that happens in everyday life. It takes only 7 seconds for someone to form an opinion about you based off of your appearance. Doesn't feel good. It feels weird. We all do it. I do it. Kelly does. Like we all do it, and we do it subconsciously. It just happens. But one thing that we can do is use our clothing to dictate our narrative, to let people know what we're about, to be our voice when maybe we can't introduce ourselves, maybe we can't speak in that moment, or, just whatever it might be. We can use how we choose to dress ourselves as our voice, to tell our story, to let people know where we're from, what we stand for, what our values are, and where we're going, and what our intentions are. So I feel like an untapped tool that a lot of people don't usually consider. And it's something that you don't usually consider in the beginning of your business, which is okay, because you're figuring out all the nitty gritty stuff that, needs to happen. And that's why I serve the kind of established soulpreneur, because she has all that stuff figured out to where she is ready to step out as the face of her business. And she's ready to, kind of shed that old version of her. A lot of women who step into entrepreneurship, we usually at some point came from a corporate world, or came from, another world where we were sort of told how to show up. We were told how to dress. Like, oh yeah, this is the dress code. You got to kind of do this, or you got to do that, or you got to fit in, and you have to show up as everyone else. You can't have tattoos. You can't have weird body piercings. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like,
I have a story.
Yeah, tell us.
So I have, like a 20 some year career in corporate business and IT. And two things, I always wore a dress, almost always wore a dress. And for me, that was me connecting with my feminine when I was in a very hyper masculine culture.
Love that.
But my most favorite time was when I had pink hair. And this was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago. This was right before COVID. And the nerves to just walk out in confidence to say, I am showing up in a corporate setting. And this was before the movement. So this was like right at the leading edge of it. I am trying to be taken seriously. I was a manager and in a corporate setting with pink hair. I mean, I had pink hair, pink hair, and it was all pink hair.
Yeah, I've seen photos. It's beautiful.
I loved it. I loved it. But like, just what you're talking about, like that shift of, I'm no longer going to be like everyone else because I'm afraid to shine all of me, to stepping into, and we've talked about it. We have two words that I'm going to introduce: the woman of your dreams and the sovereign woman. Basically the both. They're one of the same.
Yep. And whatever phrase resonates with you.
Yes. Yeah. So introduce the women of your dreams to us.
Okay. The woman of your dreams is just a phrase that I have come up with, but that's what we do, right? And it resonated with me so strongly. And I know that a lot of people, when I say like, oh, the woman of your dreams, probably immediately what comes to you is, I think for a lot of people, I know men like, oh yeah, the woman I want to marry, the woman I want to be with or whatever. And for women, I think it's like, oh, the woman that I admire the most, or, a celebrity or someone I want to like embody who they are, what they represent. If that's what you're thinking that the woman of your dreams is, ladies, we have a slight problem and that's okay. I want to reframe your mind on who the woman of your dreams is, because the reality is she's you. She is who you are at your core when your doubts, your circumstances, all of that melts away. It's no longer here. And you get to be your true essence, the character traits that really resonate with you, that really represent who you are and define you, the values that you feel so strongly about. That's who the woman of your dreams is, who you get to assert all of those aspects of who she is. Not just one, not just a couple, but all of them in this like beautiful mesh together way that can be whatever feels best to you. That's who the woman of your dreams is. And that's who the sovereign woman is. Just really feeling into who you are.
I love that. I'm going to have to listen to it again because my dog is going crazy. And I'm texting my husband to get the dog to be. But I'm going to add to it because I was starting to really feel it. But, the woman of my dreams, and you're so right. Like, if she's not you, if you're not proud of what you're doing, if you are not driving the business the way you want to do it, if you are not embracing, like for me, this isn't a fad. This is Kelly is just being Kelly with her. This is my gray hairs, everyone. This is not like highlighted. Yeah. I've had some people say, how did you get that at a salon? I'm like, this is just natural, people.
Isn't that great? People are like, well, wait a minute. I love that. They're like, this is just natural.
Yeah. But I love that. Like, that's a really good check-in. If you're watching this right now, like, am I the woman of my dreams? Am I living authentically? Am I living in alignment and truthfully? And would I be proud of myself every single day? Like, I showed up, and maybe even if you didn't, could you support yourself? And I did the best I can today, and really be that woman of your dreams. And as the CEO, the woman of your dreams leading your business. Wow. So I want to get back to style, because I know that is your magic.
Yes.
What tips can you offer? And I know like this is probably multi-hour conversation. So let's distill this down into a couple bullets. But what tips can you offer the soulpreneur that is listening?
Absolutely. So first of all, like, the biggest tip, and this is where I start when I start to work with a new client, is get crystal effing clear on who the woman of your dreams is. Spend time with yourself. Really get, and I know this is so different from, how maybe you're like, you're a wardrobe stylist. Like, why are we going inwards? Why are we doing this? And it's because style is an inside job. No one can dictate for you, or should, but they like to, what you like to wear and who you are, because only you know who you are and only you know what you like. And if you're not embodying the woman of your dreams, how can you expect her to show up for her business and to show up for her clients and to show up for her life and to show up for herself? So really getting clear on who she is, what she likes, what those values are, and then using that as your lens to really create that vision for how she shows up, how she really starts to, what colors resonate for her, what colors make her, feel a certain way, what textures really resonate with her. Like for me, texture is like such a big thing that makes, me feel really good. Like if it's like a weird texture that like I will fuss with it all day, like it will not ground me into who I am. It puts me elsewhere. So really focusing on the different things that just kind of really resonate with you, feel good for you, and being able to pull in all those aspects of yourself. I know a big thing that women come to me, they're like, well, I have so many different sides of myself. Like I have no idea how to mesh that into, one overall look. And kind of what I say to them is I encourage you to like journal, write down, whatever it might be, all of those aspects that you feel like are not possible to be as one. Because I know that can be a difficult thing where you're like, yeah, how is that all going to work? And really start to kind of see how they can come together. All those different sides of yourself and all those different things that you like, because there's always a connection. There's always some way to kind of, oh, this is how I can assert this in one little form, or this is how I can do it.
So I'm having a massive aha moment right now. So in my Soul Biz Expansion Academy, the first milestone is all about regrounding into the mission and vision and values and guiding principles of your business. And I will have a lot of soulpreneurs that say, Kelly, I got that. I'm like, when's the last time you really revisited? 3 years ago, so it's like, no, if you haven't done it in the past 2 months, I really strongly encourage them to go through this again. Because you've changed, your business has changed, things have evolved, and continuing to tap in energetically to what is stirring within your soul that you want to bring forth, right? And so that's a natural, your business is an extension of you. So getting clarity, the mission, vision, values, and then outwardly expressing it in everything we do. We try to do it with our marketing content. We are marketing right now. The way we are dressing ourselves is marketing. I do believe also in vibrational marketing, which is the vibe that I'm carrying. And I happen to be like a really strong vibe today.
Yes.
But I'm like, this is Kelly, and Kelly's going on camera, and this is who she is. It's just so powerful. So I've never heard you say that. So I had that aha moment, like, your business is a reflection of you and you are a reflection of your business. So when you, getting grounded in your own values, which are likely the values of your business, in your vision and your mission, and then dressing in that alignment.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. It's just like you said, it's really getting clear, because if you're not showing up in alignment with who you actually are, you're giving off a different message. You're giving off a different energy to people, to where, unfortunately, you might be actually sabotaging all of the efforts that you're making. So you could be, doing all the hard work. Your messaging is great. Everything is, in alignment with who you are, and you're doing in all this work. You're putting it all out there, but for whatever reason, there's still a disconnect. And it's because you left yourself out. You've left how you show up, your self-image. You've left that out in your branding. You've left that out in your marketing, because you are the walking billboard for your business and what you do and how you serve others and what you're about. Because if we say there's, 5 coaches and they're all selling the same exact program, and I'm talking about like down to an absolute T, all of their language is the same, all of their advertisements, everything is the same. There's 100, potential clients. They're all going to pick a different coach, even though it's the same program, but they're going to pick a different coach based off of who the coach is, what the coach is bringing to the table and what they're asserting for who they are. And so if you're not showing up in alignment with that, you could be repelling some of your clients, or maybe repelling's not the right word, but you could be turning them away because there's something that they're like, well, she's saying all these things, but then when she shows up, it just something, is not right. I always like to phrase this as like, anyone's have online dated and you you're like, yeah, okay, I see all these pictures. I see these say all these things about themselves. Great. I'm going to go meet them in person. And you show up and you're like, you don't really look like your picture, or something just isn't matching up for me. And that shifts your perspectives, that shifts your energy, that shifts how much you trust this person, what you feel about this person, because they're not showing up in all areas of their life as their true self. They might have, and that we do that by accident. Like we really do, you guys. It's not any fault of your own. We just do this by accident because maybe you haven't been shown that like you can assert yourself in all that you are in the way that you show up. And maybe it's because you've been told that you have to show up a certain way in the past. And so yeah, that can really have an effect on how we do business or how we're perceived, because clothing is energy and it's first measured in how it makes you feel. And then that's, can be either like, it can make you jump quantum leaps because you are vibing at a higher vibration when you put on your power and you're, really feeling into that. Because clothing can be a way to, make you feel more confident, give you a pep in your step, make you feel some sort of way. Because I guarantee you, if I showed up in like a sweatshirt here today, my energy would be different. Like it just would be, because I would be feeling, maybe a little bit more relaxed, maybe a little bit more just like not engaged. And that may not be the same for everyone because everyone feels different in different clothing. But that's where I realized, okay, that's not me putting my best foot forward because my energy doesn't come through. That doesn't allow me to be me and really express myself. So really just kind of considering that and noting, okay, like how does this, outfit make me feel? Does this empower me? Does this make me feel like the coach? Is this, do I feel like the CEO? Do I feel like that thought leader? Do I feel like that change maker? Do I feel like that person who can, get up there and whether it's on stage, whether it's virtual, whether it's just a one-on-one with anyone, and share your message.
Yeah.
That big piece.
If I can just add, this is so here's the mindset I'm going to invite the soulpreneurs to listen to. I'm running my business. And part of it is keeping the pulse of my business. Where are my energy leaks? Where am I not driving it? Where are my gaps? Where are my bottlenecks? Where are my disconnects? So this is an empowered CEO move to recognize, my personal energy or my personal vibe is not in alignment with my business. So I'm going to do something about it. Now, just because I want to keep this video digestible, we're going to tickle this. And Alex, you can help people do things about it. So do you just want to kind of say what you offer? And then we are definitely going to have Alex's information in the show notes if you want to connect with her further. But I want to give you something tangible. If you're recognizing this is a bottleneck in my business, this is a gap, there's a misalignment in my business, I want to put a solution in your hands today. Alex offers a solution.
Yes, I love it. And I'm actually, Kelly, I'm going to give you a little kind of freebie that you can attach to this.
Perfect.
So that everyone get, and it is I'll give you like a little teaser of it. It is what I feel are the 3 must-have key things in every wardrobe in order for it to be successful and I say be successful in the way that it empowers you, it motivates you, it helps you to be productive, it gives you confidence. So it's a great kind of start if you're like, yeah, I might need to like start digging into this a little bit and figuring it out. It's a great thing to kind of dive into and be like, okay, does my wardrobe currently have these 3 pieces? Does it have, what is needed in order for me to feel empowered to show up? And just to kind of dive into a little bit of more of what I do, I talked about how in the beginning with every client, we gain full clarity on who she is, who's that woman of her dreams, how does she want to show up, and what does that look like for her? And this follows my inside out style method. So that's the first step, gaining clarity, figuring out who she is, and painting that vision of, okay, these are the colors, these are the textures, these are the styles, these are the way that we put outfits together that feels really good. And that also works with her lifestyle, because that's also important. And then we go into step 2, which is detoxing. Use that, first step as our lens to detox what no longer is serving you within your closet. Okay, what's not fitting you, all those technical things, but also what is not representing the woman that you're stepping into in this, next season of your life. If something's it's not feeling in alignment, it's not right, it's out. It's no longer serving you. Maybe it never did, for whatever reason, it's out. Because what that does is it allows space for the items that are in your closet that do represent you. Because one thing that I always try and reiterate to my clients is we're not going to get rid of everything. It's very rare that I actually do that because there are things that you've invested in. There are things that do feel like you. So we're just detoxing to give them more room to really shine. And then step 3 is we realign. We bring in, more pieces that do feel like you, that are all versatile, so that we can create looks that arm you for anything that comes up, the day-to-day, special events, whatever it might be, because not just special events, because I do want to say your life is a special event, and every day you should be showing up for it and dressing for it, because it does motivate you. It does kind of give you that extra oomph, and it shows people that you care. It shows people that you're here and you're ready to dive in and show up. So that's kind of gain clarity, detox, and realign are how I get clients from A to B. There's a lot of other technical things along the way, but that's kind of the I don't know, the easy, quick way to sort of say it. And yeah, it's such a credible experience just to witness women, the things that come up with this. And I am there to hold your hand the entire way, because I know it's something that you can't do on your own. It's hard. It definitely brings up a lot of emotions or a lot of things. So it's something that's worth going through.
Yeah. You have offered us so much value today, such gems of just exciting things. I can't wait to check out your freebie. I'm glad that you're offering it. Thank you so much. So we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to close it, but before I do, any closing comments from you?
No, just spend some time with yourself. That's what I always tell women all the time. Just spend some time with yourself and get clear on what feels really good to me, and what actually feels like me. Or when you get up in the morning, what do I want to assert today? What is my intention for today on how I want to feel with my energy? And what do I have on my calendar for today? Think about that and then get dressed. And you'll be surprised if you take just a couple seconds, a minute to think about those things before you get dressed. Your choice is going to be different. And then also just kind of notice throughout the day your energy and how you're feeling when you do make that mindful decision on getting dressed, instead of just, okay, I'm getting up, I'm just going to put on this today or whatever. Consider what you have going on for your day. Consider how you want to feel and just see the shift in that first. I think that's a great place to start.
You wrap that up so beautifully for us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you everyone for listening. If you want continued support on your soulpreneur journey, from launching to scaling to growing, please subscribe to the Soulpreneur Network and click that bell to receive notification. And let's do this journey together. Alex, thank you so much for joining today and providing so much value to everyone that is listening. Everything, all our contact information is noted below, including Alex's freebies. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day.